Okay. Well, we're gonna have to try and condense all this then.
Nah, we got this. We're professionals.
Tell your teachers they should put in a KWC class. Indeed, Joe. Indeed. So, oh boy. So I'm gonna have to be mindful where my cursor goes because I am recording the screen technically, but I'm going to be doing something different, and hopefully the results will show for themselves. So, anyway, with that said, we're going to go right into this since Grayshot is on a time limit. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the return of the KWCC. We are on a temporary hiatus because I had to replace my rig. That has been done. It is beautiful. Everything works excellently. And as you can tell, this stuff is so good, I think you may be seeing something brand new in the upper corner. I think. Maybe. Just maybe. But, no time to waste. Today, in this month's KWCC, I am your host, Kaiju X. And with me today, I have Grayshot 151, Joe Mama, and Spoopy Time, also known as GMK. And today we're gonna hop right into the first match of the session, which is where we left off last for friggin' I think September or somewhere. Oh, August. This one's from August. Holy moly. Match 344, King Ghidorah Legendary versus Muto Queen, which in hindsight should have just been female Muto, but that's on me. Written by Andrew Sudomersky and banner by Dao Zhang Mua. We'll go to the top with Grayshot. What'd you think of the match?
Obviously, this is a bad match because it continues from a terrible, 275? Oh, just horrible. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is a good return. Obviously, with this match, King Ghidorah Legendary and the female Muto from 211 have returned and have, I would say, it's pretty much as you expect, with the Muto Queen getting a few good hits in. One in particular, so close yet so far, because it's no comparison against King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
This is very much this is what happened to those characters kind of match, and I think it's exactly what it sets out to be. It's a good short match that I don't have I don't think is goes too crazy or anything, but I also think it's a good setup for what will come next. Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, the banner, I like this a lot. It's the snow effects in the KWC have been hit or miss, specifically when I do them, and this one is definitely a hit more so than my misses.
Hooray! I'm sure Nagoto would be glad to hear that. All right. But yeah, no, glad to hear that. Joe, what'd you think of that match?
I think the banner looks really cool. No pun intended.
Oh yeah.
I just like all the snow effects, just the way it looks amazing. I like how Legendary Ghidorah looks. The Muto Queen looks really damn good. I like how the place looks windy, and you can tell from how the snow is. And the match, I haven't read it.
Classic Joe. Classic Joe. Alright. Like, GMK, if you want to go ahead and write out your thoughts, that way I can read them. I'm going to go on and, like, kind of go into some details about the match. So, originally, or a good while ago, I did have, like, plans to make a follow-up to 275, and it was originally just going to be one match, but it all, like, between some of the shifting changes, biggest of which being Shin Godzilla's retirement, being in the works, it was like, okay, you know what I decided to do was take that one match and spread it out across multiple matches. So that way everything can have its time to breathe, and that way the whole arc is going to be, it at least will feel larger than what it'll probably actually end up being, mayhaps. But with that said, this King Ghidorah Muto fight was originally a whole prologue sequence to that bigger fight. That's all it was. And I think in that original one I had the Muto win, but that was because the circumstances were different, and I think I had the Muto channel some of Muto Prime's attacks, and that's how it got the victory. But I decided, hey, once it was decided that I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this a standalone match, just a fun little thing before we get kicking off to the bigger story. I decided that I was like, let's take this to its logical conclusion. King Ghidorah would win this match, but still give Muto something to follow up on when it returns. And then I figured it was like, hey, we have the Muto Queen technically, which is why it's labeled as Queen, even though by technical standards it should have just been female Muto, just with the implication. The match would have stated that it's Queen. I mean, for the banner. I think the banner and the match title should have been Muto female, but I was insistent on Queen, and now I look at it now, I'm like, it should have been female. Kaiju X, you're an idiot. But that aside, yeah,
you get the idea, though. It's the Muto it's evolved, it's aged,
Yeah, exactly. This is a evolving creature over the course of time. This is why this match isn't set in the same time period Batra woke up in at the end of 275. It's just in the intermediate section, just because it was the time frame that was appropriate for this to happen. But that said, when this Muto returns, oh boy, she's going to be returning full swing, and I think y'all are going to love it when she does. And that and all the other insane stuff I have that's to come. Oh boy, it's going to be crazy, rest assured. Here's the way I'll put it. In a strange way, Shin Godzilla's retirement was the best thing possible for this series to happen. As weird as that sounds. But with that said, before I go on to Spoopy Time's comments, I really dig the banner from Nagoda. It was he took, the King Ghidorah model looks good here because it's all covered up, but the actual model without all the masking stuff isn't the best. But Nagoda did a really good job at making it good. It has the right sort of movement to it that, it's a pose I don't think we are able to quite see with this Ghidorah yet, or at least at the time Nagoda got it. He did a good job making do with what he had. And then, of course, the Muto Queen looks really good because that's a movie model rip from Doherty's little showcase. So, yeah. But yeah, no, it was nice to have this match out. Maybe it goes by a little quickly, but you know what? This wasn't a high bar epic match. This is just something that was I found it too entertaining of a match to say no, it doesn't serve a purpose. I also found it the action I have in mind couldn't be repurposed for later in the story. So it was just okay, we'll just make this as the follow-up, and then it's pretty much to affirm this story will continue. And I rest assured this story will continue. It's just going to be, I have a lot of stuff on the back plate that needs my attention, but I am trying to work on this particular saga, and hopefully everything has settled for the most part, so nothing will be too disruptive by any future KWC plans, and everything should go smoothly. And yeah, so G&K has to say, I like this match a lot. I was rooting for the Queen Muto, even though I knew she was going to get yeetus deletus by Ghidorah. I'm happy the Queen Muto survived, and the banner's great. Great match overall. Thank you, GMK.
Very cool.
Very cool. But yeah. No, not a whole lot of crazy stuff to say. Just rest assured, this saga will continue. as you can see in the KWC continuity registry. So, look forward to that.
Yeah, there's definitely more stuff on the way, but I think it's the, I think in the best case for like after a massive match like 275, it is good to have these like small little, like, I don't want to say episodes, but little small chapters between them, because if you had 275 and then another 275, I think people would be like, okay,
overwhelming.
Well,
yeah. And that's why I didn't mind making this its own independent match, because it was a good way to step down and then rebuild again.
Yep, exactly.
But anyway, I think unless someone decides to hop in at the last second, we'll be moving on from 344 to match 345. Bagora versus... Wait! Oh, gosh darn it. 345. Bagora versus King Cobra versus C-Rex. Written, the banner and the match by Matthew Williams. In Gray Shot, what'd you think of it?
So, looking at this match, I immediately got it confused with something else I have had to raid. GVR, wink wink. But, oh wait, who just... Oh.
Nagoda.
Yeah, welcome back, Nagoda. But yes, I thought this was good. I didn't expect the winner to be who it was. I guess I should go back to the banner. The banner is great. I really like the nighttime effect. We finally got the 3D model for the King Cobra. Major thanks to Dope Pope for doing that, and yeah, it looks great. But on the excuse me. But on the note of the match itself, I thought C-Rex and King Cobra were kind of used well. Again, each are still antagonistic to each other, but realize very quickly that they are the prey to a predator. Even if King Cobra probably, even if King Cobra, I would argue, has the better licks in during the fight against Bagora, it very much still feels like a predator-prey situation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, there was a nice... the other thing I didn't realize till the after end, I forget who posted this, but I didn't realize, even when I read it through, that Bagora wasn't used until the very end with the name. I was like, oh yeah, this is good. Oh wait. Oh my god, that's right. So that was a nice little trick, if I may say so, that I quite enjoyed as well, with the final send-off being the Heat team and Hicks being... making note of Bagora as it like put a cap on all the destruction and chaos that had just been let loose.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, I think Matthew Williams did a good job with this, and I think I will say I like the banner a little bit more. Bagora, especially against the silhouette of the moon, just good, real damn good. But yeah, Matthew Williams, good job.
All right, Joe, what'd you think of it?
I think the banner is really, really cool. Bagora has this nice menace with it being in shadowed, and the model for King Cobra looks awesome. And I haven't read the match.
It's alright, Joe. You probably didn't read any of these, except for one that I'm sure you remember very, very fondly.
Help me.
But yeah,
so we can just ban him, right, from the KWC? Like, any of these, or I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, right. Let's see.
KWC, Gray Shot, you're a moderator. I'm an admin. I can ban you.
Never mind.
Yeah. No, that's probably not a good idea. But yeah, no, this match, it's been a bit, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to revisit a lot of these matches as they were posted, just working on something else on the side, and then just a bunch of other things. But, I do remember reviewing this one, and yeah, I distinctly remember just touching it up in a couple of areas, but this is still a really well-handled match. Or no, No, GVR. Oh no, that's right. GVR edited this match.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. No, I still remember touching up in a couple areas, like some things he missed. But I was like, yeah, no, friggin' yeah, no, all the definitely all the help all the help was definitely appreciated with this one because it made going through it a lot easier. And yeah, no, I'm with you. I really like the way the match plays out. I do enjoy sort of like the classic predator-prey dynamic that's shared between the GTS monsters and Bagora, while the like aforementioned GTS monsters are still like kind of like naggy on each other in a way. It's like they're still not friends by any stretch of the imagination, but friggin' like, you know, there is that register that's like, okay, Bagora is the bigger threat here, and you know, the somewhat surprised that Bagora is the one that comes out on top, which is nice. I do like that. And yeah, no, I almost didn't notice that myself until you pointed out about how like Bagora is never referenced by name up until the butt end. That's great. What a great like little twist. That's like, wait. It's never addressed as such up until the very end, which kind of makes Bagora's like presence like strangely more looming, and I really like that. That's good stuff right there. That is good stuff. So, yes. But yeah, no, glad to see another win for the Bagora boy, and then for the banner, yeah, no, like I know Soul used the comic book for Bagora. Like, that is straight from the comic book panel, just, you know, make it nice and pretty much black with the glowing eyes. Same thing he did for 319's banner with Cyber Godzilla. And, yeah, for, like, it still looks good, but, like, yeah, I definitely had to guide him through on a couple of things to make it look solid, and, yeah, no, I think it looks fine. Like, I think it looks fine as is. Maybe there could have been, like, I don't know, I feel like there could have been something, I just can't put my finger on what. I just know we did everything behind the scenes to make sure it looked good, and clearly for the response, that seems to be the case, so I am content with that. And then, yeah, King Cobra and C-Rex both look great. My goodness, they are, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then hopefully we'll get, you know, King Cobra love. I think you guys are going to be seeing that in the future, so good stuff. Good. But yeah, no, all around, this is a really enjoyable match. I really like the dynamics. I really like the fighting dynamic. I really like the name twist and just the utilization of the monsters. I think this one just does a good job of it. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Nagoda, what are your thoughts on 345? And then right after that, give your thoughts on 344.
Okay, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure this headphone still works. Okay, so, this was really fun. Seeing someone use Site Omega instead of, you know, the usual Japanese Monster Island. They use the American one because that makes more sense for C-Rex and King Cobra. Plus, I like how, like you guys said, they don't name him Bagora until the end of the match, which also makes sense in the like GTS universe where monsters don't really get a name until someone gives them a name.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the banner is just really good. I like the moonshot of Bagora right there. As for 344, that one was fun to read, seeing what happened to King Ghidorah and the Muto after the big everyone fights match where they all go into another universe after, except for these two. The banner was pretty interesting to make. I know Kaiju X can probably tell, but that MMD model was just, I got lucky that someone made that, so I used that, and it was fun trying to hide that it was a model instead of a figure.
Again, yeah, like a little bit of style, just again, like the eye, like a little bit of the glow of the eyes, the shape, like, yeah. Bagora, I think, was done top notch, but I can't also put down King Cobra.
Oh, yeah.
Or the shading on C-Rex. All of it looks pretty good.
Yes, definitely.
It took so long to get a King Cobra model,
But
but we
it's
have
finally
it now, and it's
here.
good.
Anyway.
Are you gonna read his thoughts, Kaiju X, or are you just gonna leave it there?
No, I was just wondering if you had anything else to say, Nagoda.
Oh no, I'm done.
Don't
Okay.
ignore GMK.
And, yeah, GMK says, great banner, great match, love how threatening Begora was, so yeah, I really like this match. And, yeah, no, friggin' well, yeah, I know. Well-deserved victory for Begora, and a nice, not a strong opener for King Cobra. At least, like, in the way he was using the show, where it's like he's another monster on the loose, and it's like, yeah, no, that's fun. So yeah, no, nice strong opener. Yeah, with that said, we'll be migrating down. Oh, look at this! What do I have here, Joe? We're moving on to match 346, Godzilla Legendary versus Space Godzilla. Written by Joseph Steiner Jr. and banner by Landon Soto. And great shot. What'd you think of it?
This is a match that I think its age hurts it a little bit more than other matches. Not just because I think Joe has improved beyond this, and I think that also can be testified to the fact that this is a 2014, 2019 kind of Godzilla. I don't even think 2019. I think it's just 2014, right, Joe?
Yeah, it was 2014. I wrote this before King of the Monsters.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is an older Godzilla, and not to say that that's a 100 that's a bad thing. It's just it's kind of funny when looking at this because you realize, oh, if this was actually like Godzilla at his prime, top tier, it would be I think the fight would be a lot closer than what it is, because Space Godzilla really wears Godzilla down with his variety of tools and assets. And I think Godzilla comes definitely out the worse for wear for it. But overall, I think the fight is still good. Space Godzilla getting the win, I noticed on the forums, was definitely taken with a oh shit kind of moment. It was gonna happen eventually, but glad it finally, people were kind of happy, or the match was good enough that people were like, oh yeah, this is totally fine, because this match was great.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think anyone would have an issue with it or whatnot. But yeah, overall, I thought it was, again, a good Godzilla match. Maybe not the best, Godzilla, obviously, legendary match that we have, because of the age and a few things done, but I think Space Godzilla was written well. I think that the fight itself used both combatants well for what they were, and yeah, I have no problems there.
Joe, would you like to give your thoughts on the match, or would you like to pass it on to me and then you go last, kind of thing?
Oh my god, hold on. Can I actually take it back, because I forgot one thing.
Okay, sure thing.
If I will say about this, I do enjoy the banner. It's a bit on the simplistic side, but the detail of the crystals, the angle for Godzilla, the silhouette. I don't think it's the best banner that we've had so far, but I still think it's damn good.
Oh yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, it's real cool.
Yeah. So nice job landed on there. I don't want to let you go.
All right. Yeah, Joe, did you want to pass it to me and then we'll go back to you for just a little bit of history, or did you want to get the history part out of the way now?
I'll go last.
Okay. Then yeah, like I said, like I had said before, it's been a while since I know I read this one. I can't remember like how much touching up I did with this. And it has been a while, so I am a little foggy on like more of the specific elements. But I felt like, considering that this was written in a more 2014 perspective, I think the characters are represented fine. I like, yeah, there are definitely some area, like, I know hindsight is a something. That hindsight is certainly something, isn't it? But still, I think all things considered, though, even with the 2014 mentality, I think Space Godzilla is one that could, like, overwhelm that kind of Godzilla. And with that in mind, I think it is utilized well. And I think, and yeah, no, so far it has garnered a positive response of, oh, you know, it finally happened, and Space Godzilla is worthy enough to take away that win streak from him. So yeah, no, from what I'm looking, I'm kind of glancing over the match right now, but it's like, yeah, no, it's a fine match. Like, I can't say it's like soaring is one of the best, but it's also like, it's definitely not one of our worst. Definitely not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it makes good use of Space Godzilla's powers, and nice to see Legendary Godzilla get wrecked. Especially in the time and era where we live in, where Legendary Godzilla is now more top dog than ever. Good grief, GBK. GBK and King of the Monsters.
Both. Adam Wingard.
Yeah. Yeah, GBK and King of the Monsters. Those two movies did a lot for this Godzilla. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, still a fun match all around, though. Still really fun. And yeah, no, I kind of like the banner from Landon. I like sort of like the bright, dark contrast with like the dark Godzilla, the bright space Godzilla, and likewise the bright city and the dark sky. It has a nice symmetry to it that makes it visually appealing, even if it is on the simplistic side. So, and it's decorated nicely with crystals when you're looking for them and all that good stuff. So, yep, solid banner from Landon. Yeah, I'll pass it off to Nagoda for him to give his thoughts, then I'll read Spoopy Time, and then we'll let Joe have his time in the sun. So, Nagoda, what do you think of 346?
It was okay. It's a good fight. I like how it didn't end with the usual beam clash, but instead, Space Godzilla just clobbering Godzilla in the head with a crystal. That's always something different and good to see. The banner is simple but really good looking with all the crystals spread throughout the city. Also, I like that just that background lightning in the cloud for some reason there. That's a nice addition.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those scenes where there's lightning going between the eyes of two opponents sort of deal.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like how I just like how it ends not with a beam clash or like a beam to the face or something like that, but just bonk him in the head with a crystal.
That's all went to jail.
Now you can go on to the other guy.
Okay, alright. Spoopy Time says, match was just okay. Banner's good, but I do agree the age of the match definitely hurts it. It's not bad by any means, but it wasn't that good for me. Happy Space Godzilla's win-loss ratio is now 6/9, though. Gosh, freaking darn it.
Hey, it fits with the bonking.
Indeed. Indeed. Of all coincidences in the universe. Oh, lordy. Yeah, and Joe, just give us, what was the inspiration for this? What came to mind? And yeah, we already hinted at, it's already given, this was written pre-King of the Monsters, so this match was written with a more 2014 styled Godzilla in mind. But, no, just, give us more of what you can recall, my dude.
Well, I kind of regret this match because when I wrote it, I remember a lot of people hyping up 2014 Godzilla, and it was when he had a win streak, and I just thought, I'm I'm tired of this. I'll write a match where he loses,
I'm gonna
and
I'm gonna go kick his shins in.
kick my Shin Godzillas. And in hindsight, I think that's an awful way to view writing a match.
Yeah.
Like an awful inspiration to write a match.
Mm-hmm.
And if I did write this with King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong in mind, I probably would still make Space Godzilla win, because I like the ending of him bonking Godzilla and putting him in a little crystal prison. But it would be a more close, more intense fight than what I wrote. I think the match, looking back at it, it's okay. It's fine. But remembering why I wrote the match just makes it upsetting to revisit.
I can understand that, though. It's like there have been, like, as long as you understand that, it's like, okay, you know, writing a match just to have someone lose rather than just writing it to its natural conclusion is, like, you know, like, yeah, no, I could totally understand it. But as long as you understand that's not a good thing, you could just move on from that, then, you know, we can call it good. And it's also in the match's favor that it's not received negatively, so it means it still holds its own in a good way.
Yeah, I'm happy no one got pissed at it. I do kind of like the parts where Space Godzilla is thinking Legendary Godzilla's weak, and that I don't think that was intentional. It was just Space Godzilla's thoughts, not mine.
Oh yeah, no, totally fair. Totally fair.
But the part I don't really like is when Godzilla's doing his roar and Space Godzilla thinks it's going really long.
I mean, there's truth to that.
And I saw it, I referenced it again in the match, and I just
I can get that. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it was just that part of the match was kind of excessive. But I'm happy people do like it. And I saw someone like ask if there's gonna be a sequel on the forums, and I haven't written one, and I don't think I will. Just because I haven't thought of a way to continue it.
Mm-hmm. That's understandable.
Plus, it just kind of ends ambiguously. So, I think I'm okay with how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day someone can write their own sequel.
Yeah.
But I think I'm done with this. Just bake me into a fucking pie already.
Indeed, we shall bake Joe into a pie as we move on to the next match in the lineup. Match 347, Baragon, Showa, and Manda versus Bemular. Written by Connor Clennell, aka Birdman, and banners by Matthew Williams and Dao Zhang Hua. And with that said, great shot. What'd you think of it?
I'll start off with the banners. That way I don't remember halfway through my rant or ramblings. I will say I like both for different styles. The one with a more destroyed Paris, that's Nagota's, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
that was
destroyed.
mine.
Yeah, it's literally listed like in order. Like the one that's not destroyed is Matthew Williams. The one that is Nagota's.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, yeah, as I was saying, that one, I there's a lot of nice little detail. Manda wrapped around like the Eiffel Tower. Like there's a lot of nice little, the jets, the military bombardment. Very much, I think this is the more reflective of the match itself, especially when it comes to tone. But yeah, I enjoy it. The other one by Matthew is still really good though. I like how both are using different Mandas. That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But it does have a more like Manda's wrapped around Bemular, Baragon's coming out of the ground. It's I don't want to say more action packed, but it has more action focused on the monsters is the best way to describe it. Like the initial encounter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the banners both are good with their own merits. None of them, neither one are bad. They're both good, very good. If I had to pick a favorite, maybe slight edge to Matthew Williams because it's more focused on the monsters, but that's only by a hair. As for the match itself, I've got one problem with Connor's matches, and I think it's kind of highlighted here where I think the monster fighting is good. I think the detail is good. I think Connor's one of the best writers in the KWC, and I think I've referenced this many a times. And in regards to the grouping of matches, it is arguably the best written match next to King Ghidorah Legendary versus Muto Queen by Andrew here. But I kind of found Bemular like being this like, I don't want to say demonic, but like he is like given a level of menace that kind of gets pushed to a level of absurdity. Hey GVR, a level of absurdity almost satire-ish. I don't know if that was just me. And I understand Baragon and Manda are not the toughest opponents, and they do get knocked out in a believable way relative to their power set. Like Baragon just gets literally like his face melted off. So I'm not like one to argue. And it's not one like not that I can't see that happening to him, but like the level of detail and the level of like, I don't know. It just kind of came off like a little bit like, you know how like some people like overinflate like a monster to fight another monster? This felt like a monster was kind of inflated and against two monsters that it didn't really need to. Like if it was like a normal Bemular, I could see it like him still winning against these two. But I don't know. It seemed like this was pushing my levels of disbelief maybe a little too much, if that makes any sense.
But Grey Shot, according to the Versus Battles wiki, Bemular is a large star level.
I mean, so was Ebra apparently, according to that thing.
No, he's only small star level.
I mean, I can believe it. Eber's pretty cool.
Oh Jesus. All that I have to say is I think Connor Clennell can write, right? I no arguments there. But I think in this case, he kind of pushed it to a level that was a little beyond what this match had. Maybe that's me being a little bit like, Bemular is a little too, got inflated a little bit too much, and maybe that's because I don't know him. But I've seen the video clips of him fighting Ultraman, and this match really didn't reflect that. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, the implication is that Bemular like has traveled planet to planet and caused chaos because he's literally called the Space Outlaw. And the whole thing of the first episode is that like he was being escorted to the monster graveyard by Ultraman, and then he escaped.
Yeah, I get that. When I watched it, I never really got the sense of a monster that was like overly like I am death, destroy. Like I am this master, like not mastermind, but I am this creature that like stalks in the shadows and and goes from planet to planet. What I got was like almost like a. Like Hanna-Barbera, you got the guy with that would have like the little mutt character, and he had like a dastardly plan, and he'd get foiled. That's how I think.
The one with the evil mustache.
Yes,
deal?
The evil mustache. I imagine
Dick Dastardly.
Yeah. I imagine that this. I'm talking about that dick. I imagine that Bemular, if he could possibly grow an evil mustache and twirl it, he would grow an evil mustache and twirl it.
Well, here's the thing. I think that's just the way Birdman writes. Like, he just writes very, like, grittily and dark and brutally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought maybe a contrary opinion. I didn't mind, or I thought I was like, oh yeah, Godzilla Legendary vs. Bemular for the story that it said good. Here I felt it was kind of maybe not fitting the characters at hand. Maybe that's also the fact that humanity called upon the two monsters and they called Manda and Baragon. Maybe if the monsters had a bit more humanity, I could see like Frankenstein, but we'll get to that match later. I think if you had if Frankenstein and Baragon had been called, right? And you could see like the emotion, like Frankenstein like losing and like him getting terrified. I think that works better than I think that would have worked out better than this.
Considering they sent Baragon and Manda, they probably didn't see Bemular as a threat.
Yeah. Not wrong there either. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts. I think the banner's better than the match, but it's not because the match is bad. It's more so just a personal taste.
Understandable.
Yeah, understandable. But yeah, okay, GVR, you just joined, so give your thoughts on 347, and then just kind of give your thoughts on the other, like, 46, 45, and 44, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try and be quick with it.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, none of these matches are, like, beefy, so it's easy to give real quick thoughts.
Yeah.
I enjoyed 347, I actually enjoyed Bemular being depicted as a threat. I can see where Great Shot's coming from with maybe a little too much of a threat, but just like, I guess I didn't really mind it too much because he wasn't really fighting anyone like too deadly. Like if the match had Bemular acting like that to like Anguirus and Rodan, I'd probably have more of an issue. Yeah, no, 347, all around solid match. Was the action, brutality. I already said that. My brain never works. It never works. I don't have a brain. Yeah, the two banners are good. Like the devastation of France. I mean, Paris. That's the same thing.
Paris is in France, so you're not wrong.
If we have any French listeners, fuck you.
Wow, okay.
Alright, GVR coming in strong.
I don't know. Screw everyone. I hate every human.
Oh my gosh.
346. It's okay. Definitely shows its age. It's kind of hard to get through it was really hard for me to get through it with how it's written.
Damn, just gonna execute me.
Yes. Yeah, no, like 346. The ending was neat. It was like Space Godzilla hitting Godzilla in the back of the head with a crystal. But like, that was it. That's the only thing I really remember. Aside from Space Godzilla using the gravity tornado to like reflect a bunch of missiles and bullets, that was cool.
Yeah.
345, Bagora versus King Cobra versus C-Rex. Did you guys mention that I edited this one to make it
Yes,
5
I
over?
did.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I don't have too much to say on it. Action's neat. Banner's cool. Oh, the banner for 346 is also cool. .344, I read a while ago because Kaiju sent it to me before a long time before it got uploaded to the site,
Oh yeah.
and I liked it. Nice short match. Like the character for both. Look forward to seeing where it goes.
Hell yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
You can tell I'm just full of energy today.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pumped full of it. You took that needle and I'm not going to go any further than that.
I got us canceled because I insulted the French.
I'm not editing that out.
You don't edit.
Of course you went and edited out. You hate the French.
Because one of us could give away like personal information and you wouldn't edit it out.
I'll edit it in post. Doesn't.
Gosh. Had to learn that one the hard way. Anyway.
Oh yeah, you almost got some combatants leaked.
Right, ditto? Anyway. But yeah, freaking Joe. Joe, 347. Joe?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, go ahead.
Banners are pretty cool. I think I like Soul's banner a little more than Nagota's. No offense to Nagota. Your
Alex
banner
is gonna
is
kick your
awesome.
ass.
I don't know. I think I like seeing Mando wrap around Bemular a little more. It looks kind of cool. But I haven't read this one.
Oh, alright. Yeah, I know. This one I remember the least of in terms of, like, what actually happens in it. So, I didn't mind Bemular's portrayal. Though I could semi-understand where Greyshot's coming from, because it's like, from what the show, at least, definitely episode 1, what that presents is something far more mustache-twirly goofy than, I think what's kind of inferred versus what we see reflect differently, if that makes sense. Because it's like, yeah, no, the feat does make sense. I was like, oh yeah, being escorted to the monster graveyard. This is a monster that escaped the hands of Ultraman. It is the outlaw of space. Versus, the actual monster, which is like, I flail my tiny arms around. Ow! I got body slammed. Ow!
Well, actually, I want to say something real quick. According to Bacon, and from what I've seen elsewhere, the Marvel comic makes Bemular much more impressive.
Okay. I mean, I can...
Without actually giving him new powers, it just makes him, very melee.
Oh, yeah, very melee-oriented, which I want to read, I want to see, because I'm very curious. So
Maybe that one influenced this.
I mean, I don't think so. I'm pretty confident this is, an older one of Birdman's, if I'm remembering right. I don't remember... I remember this one being on the dock for good while, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is an older-ish Birdman match. It's still good. Just I think it's when you compare this to something more recent-ish, it's I think it still kind of shows, but not in a overly, maybe a little indulgent with how vicious Bemular is, but still I think it's still an older Birdman match that somewhat shows when you compare it to his more recent stuff, but still pretty good all around. So I personally have no qualms with it. And then between the two, I'm more leaning to the Matthew Williams one just because it's monster focused, the monsters have a nice crisp detail to it, but I do enjoy the chaotic destruction of Nagota's banner. That stuff's a lot of fun. So But yeah, the more monster focused stuff.
See, Kaiju hates the French too.
Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. But friggin' yeah.
Look, disclaimer: I don't actually hate the French, just most of them.
You know who you are. Joking aside, though, friggin' yeah, I don't know. This one's still like, yeah, I know this one all around still pretty solid. I'm kind of shocked it's continued from 186. I didn't remember it being a sequel to 186, and then I skimmed through it like when it got posted, and I was like, huh, there it is. That was like, huh. It's like, why do I remember another sequel to 186? And that was I think Ella King versus Maguma on the KWCE side of things.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's like, all right. I didn't realize this was a sequel, but here we are. But friggin', yeah, nope.
If only Birdman was actually here to offer any sort of background on this.
For sure. That would have been nice, but oh well. We at least have Nagoda to offer something. Nagoda, what'd you think of the match?
Alright, so I'm gonna go into the banner stuff first. So, you can blame Kaiju X for there being 2 banners, because
Again.
he forgot that one of us made a banner and had the other one make another banner.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a gift banner instead of just one. I like the other one. I like how Manda's wrapping around Bemular and Baragon's tunneling up out of the ground up towards them. When I made mine, I was in my I'm gonna turn the entire cities into rubble phase for banners, so that's why it's all destroyed like that. Because I had just found out a new way to mess around in Photoshop.
Hooray!
Yay! So that's the explanation of why, like, the whole city is just concrete and garbage. As for the match itself, I feel like Bemular had a bit more, like, compared to actual Bemular, his melee capability is a lot more than usual. But I like the way he took out the 2 monsters, like Manda shot a beam down the throat and then tore out the neck or something like that. Baragon, he melted his face. But like compared to real normal Bemular from the shows, Bemular is not really that good of a melee fighter. He is smart, but he's not a good fighter.
Yeah.
Like he relies more on his beams and trying to escape than actual combat, unless he's cornered.
He's good at ducking and weaving.
Yep. I mean, we know he's he's smart enough to escape the monster graveyard twice in his lifetime, and then he got hunted down by an Ultraman twice, which pretty much explains that. Like, he is smart, but he's not a good fighter when it comes down to it.
I mean, here's the thing: how much of that is the intent? How much of that was the intent of Super Eye when filming that episode, and how much of it was the limits of the suit?
Yeah.
Probably both.
Right.
He's like, Bemular's a smart fighter. I'm pretty sure that if he could probably take these out easily, but like in a melee one-on-one fight against someone who can actually fight, he's probably gonna lose.
Well,
but luckily, he's fighting Baragon and Amanda here, so that actually works out for him.
Right. Well, I mean, from what we have heard from Bacon, that Bemular's pretty capable in the comics, in the Marvel comics, so...
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to read it. I want to, though. Please.
Yeah, I need to read it.
Give it to me. And did you have any additional thoughts, Nagoda, or...
I like the kills Bemular has, and just there was I forgot what the other thing I was gonna say was, but pretty good match. The other banner is nice looking as well. That's it for me. All right, so you get to
Yeah,
read Spoopy
Yes,
Times.
I get to read Spoopy Times, who said, "While I did like this match, what really made me slightly dislike it is the gore level, which kind of made it maybe a little repulsed by the match, but it's not a small nitpick on my end. Still a very good match, and I like how top tier Ben Miller is being portrayed as here. Love both banners too."
Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. I like how Ben Miller is actually being used good for once, but like again, melee is a bit much.
Anyway, but yeah, I think with that said, we said our piece concerning 347, and we'll move on to the most recent KWC, which came out quite recently.
Is it recent?
Yes, it is indeed recent. Like 4 days ago, as of this recording, recent. So that'll give you lovelies a nice sense of time right there of when this is being recorded.
Please don't call everyone lovelies.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, fine. I just subconsciously saw the GVR's little comment and it's just like, lovelies, what a great title.
So, can I fire him or?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Uh,
Yes. Frankenstein returns, and this time he is helplessly outmatched.
by 4 monsters. What? Anyway, match 348: Frankenstein versus Anguirus, Godzilla Jr., and Rodan Heisei. Written by Landon Soto and banner from Matthew Williams. And with that said, Gracia, what'd you think of it?
So this one I like for opposite reasons of 347. I think that it's definitely Landon. I think I think Connor Clinell is the better writer, but I think in regards to this, Landon was the better storyteller. For this match specifically, I like the fact that Frankenstein has to think on his feet. He's in a new situation and he has to come up with ways to beat what arguably are monsters he has probably no right to be able to fight in a way. Like, when you really look down at it, these are a plethora of beasties that would probably eat him or just crush him, relatively speaking, without care. I think the only one that maybe arguably in a one-on-one fight it'd be Junior, but that's just because he's like younger and more inexperienced. But Frankenstein, I like the fact that this isn't a fight to the death, as you know. the banner might lead you to believe in regards to all the monsters. Like, oh yeah, we're about to murder this fool. That's next to...
I made the joke when I was reading it. It looked like Frankenstein was about to get publicly executed during the scene where they're all surrounding him.
You are not wrong. But yeah, it's a situation where he looks like he's about to get murked. But he's not, and that's not the point of this match. The point of this match is like proving his worth to the Islanders. And I think that works out well because in a bad person, or like, I think a worse version of the story would have had him win. But I think by having him lose, specifically to Rodan, a monster that is faster, has the atomic, has the beam, like he's outclassed in so many categories where he can squeak the win with Anguirus, like he can learn and adapt. He can learn to adapt against Junior and use some advantages against him. But like at a certain point, he's just overwhelmed. And I like the fact that he really, it's that tenacity of his that finally gets him accepted and quote unquote earns his place on the island. But I think the banner is a little weaker by Matthew Williams. It's not one of his best banners for this. But overall, I would. I again, this is a match that's kind of like a stark contrast to the other one. Well, the other one is kind of like a stabs into your soul in a kind of negative way almost. This one's a bit more almost positive, I would say,
Yeah.
for what it's doing. So otherwise, I will also say, when I first read this, did not expect Rodan to win. I was like, it's either like a few are gonna win or Frankenstein's gonna win. I did not expect Rodan. Also, I guess the last note is because this was the biggest controversy on the forums. The role of Heisei Godzilla, yeah, I think this was just before the other, how do you say it?
Pre-Showa.
Yeah, pre-Showa. So before he was added, we had, this version, and I think it worked out for the best.
Well, I mean, and likewise, too, we have Godzilla Jr., which my brain completely forgot was here.
I mean, yeah, but, like, to have Heisei being, like, this, inquisical testing Godzilla is less of his character? I don't know. Uh-oh, I hear heavy breathing.
What's up?
We heard heavy breathing on your part, and it was threatening.
Fucking kill you.
Yeah, we just heard heavy breathing.
I'm just out of shape.
Anyway.
It sounded like you were seething with rage.
Yeah, it really did.
How Grayshot was describing Heisei Godzilla.
At that exact moment!
Breathing.
At that exact moment!
I was just breathing. I wasn't even like doing anything consciously.
Oh, that's funny.
It's like,
Sound like you're gonna strangle Grayshot.
again, not inaccurate.
Anyway.
Y'all are ascribing a level of menace to me that I have not earned.
No, you haven't. But it's great, because content.
Y'all are acting like I crush testicles and kill babies.
Anyway.
And in another universe, you probably did.
I mean, yeah, the infinite parallel universes, there's a me that's done everything.
Yeah.
But there's a Kaiju X that's done everything, and a Joe that's done everything, and a Grayshot that's done everything.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe not-
technically, there's a gray shot that's did everything twice since I'm a twin,
Yeah.
So take that!
In an alternate universe, Bacon is the head of the KWC.
Anyway. But yeah, friggin', oh my gosh. GVR, what did you think of 348?
I liked it. Pretty good. Liked the characterization and stuff. Enjoyed the isolation that Frankenstein felt at the beginning with like how different he is from the rest of the island, and like how his introduction to everyone else wasn't exactly good because he tried to kill Baragon. Thought that was really good. Liked the friendship between him and Manila. It was very, very wholesome.
Oh yeah, that for sure.
Yeah, I liked the fights. I enjoyed Frankenstein being creative. I did admittedly like skim through this match at points, not because of the quality of the match itself, just because like when I went to go read it, I kept getting distracted.
Rip.
But not like I read enough to form an opinion. I understand everything that happens, so like yeah, it's a good match. Don't have too much to say on it. I agree that like it's better the way it turned out instead of like if Frankenstein had won all three. And yeah, I don't see an issue with Heisei Godzilla being this way because again, we've written him like Showa Godzilla all the time.
Yeah. He was our default, so I failed to see, like, it's not an issue here in my mind. Just he was our default pre-Showa, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and Godzilla Jr., like, being the son of Showa Godzilla comes across as weird to me.
Definitely. Like I said, I completely forgot about Junior being in this match. That's what, when I made that comment on the forums, I was like, yeah, it's like, right, Junior, this wouldn't have worked. This would have been even stranger if Showa was here instead of Heisei.
Yeah, which is weird, because, like, I can accept Manila being Heisei Godzilla's son.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, that's really weird, too. It's like... hindsight,
but it's like Showa, like Junior being Showa's son. Like, no, that's weird.
That's weird. No, I'm with you.
I think it's because we've gotten so used to not having Showa that Manila as the son of Heisei made sense in our minds now.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the other way just doesn't make sense because we haven't gotten used to that yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I would also stress that Junior and Manila reflect the softer sides of their parents, and Showa is already a soft Godzilla, has a softer son in that is Minya. But
Yeah, well, Junior looks menacing.
yeah, that's the problem with Showa Godzilla. The peak Showa, right, is Hero Godzilla. So to have Hero Godzilla have a son, right, that's even remotely like, that's remotely like menacing, it just seems wrong.
Yeah.
Unless if it's like
Whereas-
non-hero Showa. But even then, him raising a child would probably turn him into that softer later on Godzilla.
I mean, like, yeah, because, like, baby Godzilla and whatnot was cute, but, like, he eventually grew into, the older version,
But
which was
if-
more like
if-
his dad.
Since we're on this topic, Showa with little Godzilla would make sense since he
Yeah.
has that, like, poofy appearance.
Right.
That cuteness factor.
Well, because little Godzilla just looks like Manila.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, they wanted a terrifying young Godzilla, and they nailed it.
Yep.
But, like, yeah, Junior. Yeah. Junior fits with Heisei because Heisei is a very intimidating design, very intimidating character. Well, with Showa, even at his most intimidating, like peak 61, early 64, Showa Godzilla, he's still not as intimidating as like Heisei or Millennium.
61? You mean 62?
62, I forgot. Yeah, I keep thinking KKVG came out in 62, 61. I'm gonna leap out of a window.
But yeah, no, I again, it makes sense in regards to the Godzilla choice used here, and even if Junior was referenced to be an adopted son of Showa, I could buy that as it,
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, Junior is still Heisei's adopted son.
yeah.
yeah.
They're both adopted. Do you not remember this?
No, I know they're both adopted. What I'm saying is, if someone wrote a match where Showa was the adopted Junior, right, I would be okay with that. But it would just, in our minds, it's just weird, because if that were to happen, unlike Minya, which follows Godzilla around, I would expect Junior to be more rebellious compared to the other way around.
Like Junior's the one that going around saying, "You're not my dad."
Yeah. Gosh darn, I get 5 million messages at once. Anyway. And I'm trying to
You good?
I'm trying to find results, but then I realized that me clicking around resulted in oh man, I'm gonna see there are gonna be a lot of points in the thing I have in mind where there's just gonna be random shit flying across the screen. I'm like, damn it. Oh well.
Kaiju, don't leak your credit card information.
Hopefully not. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those were my thoughts, Joe.
No.
Did you read this match?
No. The bear looks cool, though.
Joe, did you read your own match previously?
He already
My
gave
what?
his thoughts on that.
Okay. Well, I'll find them out when I tune into what I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find my public execution later.
Did everyone roast you?
Not really.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you said the worst things about the match.
Yeah, I have.
Right. Kaiju X, what did you think of the match? This is my show now, apparently.
Yes, indeed. It is your match. Banner-wise, I mean, the banner...
I didn't write this match.
God, I'm gonna hurl you out of something. Anyway. Banner-wise,
Okay.
I want to get to the banner first and then get to the match, which I barely remember. Gosh darn, I didn't have time to reread all these. But, no, banner-wise, I do kind of agree that it's a little on the weaker side for Matthew Williams, but I do like the Frankenstein. I like the way he's posed. I like the way he I can see some blending work that could have been better, but I like the pose and how he's sort of situated. Like, the general composition of the banner is good. I just think the execution feels a little off. There's just something about it that it has that off quality, even though it's like, it's got good composition going on. But yeah, no, the match itself, nice, solid, landed Soto match. Hasty Rodan getting the win is a little, I was like, I couldn't remember who won this match. I was like, who? Who was it again? It was like, was it Frankenstein? Just because that's like the thing you would do here. But it's like, no, not at all. It was Rodan just simply on the merit that he gets outclassed. It's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, no, glad. Yeah, just content with the match that we have. I really don't have if I remembered more, I probably have more to say, but I can't say more because I can't remember it all, aside from the stuff that you guys talked about. So for now, my praises are the same as you guys'. Speaking of which, I still need to go back and reread 339, especially with having now seen the original Ultraman recently. It was like I'd like to experience that with that in mind now. So. Okay. But yeah, Dagoda, what'd you think of it?
Banner looks nice, like how they're all getting ready to just jump this cornered Frankenstein holding a torch, trying to ward them off, like they're all trying to murder him, with Godzilla watching on in the background. As for the match itself, I like how instead of just the usual monsters are here, they fight. It is, you come over here, trial by combat, so you see if you live here or not, type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. That's a nice change of pace.
Nice structure setup, yeah.
Yeah. Rather than two monsters suddenly find each other in this city attacking or something like that, and they start fighting. This one actually has a better premise of, if you want to stay here, you have to go through this trial, sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, having him lose is also a nice change of pace, because usually, people would say, "Oh, he's the hero; he has to win." They don't always win all the time.
Mm-hmm. There was a victory in how the story. It's almost like GVK, right? Godzilla won the fight, but Kong wins the story. And I think that's what I kind of get from here too. That's like Frankenstein gets the W in a narrative sense. That's like, okay, he's allowed, he's allowed to stay. He's proved himself. But in terms of the technical fighting component, Rodan won. He lost, but there's still he
lost the battle but won the war.
In a way, yeah. So. Yeah. Did you have any other additional thoughts, Nagota, or?
Nice to see Rodan win again.
Hell yeah. And then Spoopy Time said, it's Spoopy Time kind of left because a classmate was threatening to take their phones, apparently. So, but Spoopy said before he left, and I'll read this at his behest, is, I really like this match. I love the arena type setting and how Frankenstein had to go through trials. Expected Rodan to get the ultimate W, and the characterization of all the monsters involved. Banner is really cool too. So yeah. And yeah, we are, much to my surprise, actually caught up with all the KWCs. What the heck? We only been out for a month and we're already caught up on all of them. And I guess lucky me that we only have one KWCE to cover because I know, because the next one comes out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the 15th, so. But friggin', usually I try to save that for afterward, but I'm not sure, what my scheduling is going to be, moving forward a bit. And some of it's going to be a little weird and a little wacky, so. Unless I decide to quit my day job, but I kind of don't want to do that right now. Don't feel like it'd be in the best calling cards to do that, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off real quick. I have to go get to class. See you guys.
No! School is taking away all my friends! No! Anyway. But yeah, with that said, we'll hop on over to... Well, okay, we're done with KWCs. Every KWC that we have covered is needed to be covered. And now, GVR, you take over the show now with the one KWCE that is out right now.
Yes. KWCE match 75. Evangelion units 00, 01, and 02 versus Showa Rodan and Showa Anguirus versus Showa Godzilla versus Showa King Ghidorah. You'll notice with the title of this one that the Showas are all kind of messed up, and that's just because of like the character limit for titles and threads.
I figured as much.
Yeah, I feel your pain, man.
And yeah, the next KWCE is going to be posted like the day after this is being recorded. Should be at least. I don't quite know what match it's going to be. It's uploaded next.
We'll just see when we get there.
It's there's like 2 candidates, I think. The KWCE is very organized.
Yes, indeed.
Great shot. Did you read this match?
I did not.
Okay. Joe, did you read this match?
No.
I'm not surprised. Do you even know what an Evangelion unit is?
Having
Yeah.
gelatin?
Okay.
Well, Grace, I don't know what you know what it is, but I'm asking Joe.
Yeah, it's a Gundam.
I'm leaving. Kaiju X, did you read this one?
Unfortunately, I've not had the opportunity to. I'm like, son of a... I know I read the previous... Like, I know this is a sequel to a match that Harley wrote that ended on a weird note, but here's what I'll say. I'm glad this match exists, and that we finally... And that, like, you know... Like there's some kind of resolution to that particular match. I am happy for that. So, that's the most I can say. I can't give any real critical thoughts at the moment. Hopefully, maybe I can go over it quickly next time, if I get the chance to read it between now and next time.
You better.
Or I'll be dead.
Okay, I guess we'll just, like, save this for next time. Because I did read this one, but I don't want to just, like, be the only one talking.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, no, I'll say real quick.
Okay, real quick. Just super general stuff. Nothing specific. We'll do the 337 thing where it's, like, super general, very vague, and then next time we can give it its proper due.
Okay. Oh, wait, what happened with 337?
That was the
Oh,
Legendary versus Shin one.
Yeah, no, I remembered that. I just, like, for a second thought you were talking about 347.
No.
Match 350's almost coming up.
Hey.
Better be done by the time it's supposed to go up, Kaiju X, and another person who's not here right now.
Right.
Okay,
Love
yeah,
it.
no. Leave.
But yeah. And GVR, I guess just in general, like...
Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I thought it was well written. Enjoyed the character stuff. Enjoyed the action. Love how much of a threat Showa Ghidorah was. I've seen a lot of people like raise issue with this match, and like I can understand that, but I personally see nothing majorly wrong with this match. Could have lasted a bit longer. That's about it.
Oh, I do have one more thing to at least point out, and I'm sure this is probably more of a you than a me thing, but I did want to point out, hooray, separation of Evangelion cards! Woohoo!
Yeah, well, it's a me thing because I'm the one who separated them.
Alright, alright, jeez.
Damn.
After they were the same card for years because of you.
Yes! In a superficial means to contain the roster when I just let it explode anyway.
Yes, the Evangelions have been separated. You can see the lovely new cards and what I assume KWC has on screen right now.
I thought someone made a banner for this, so I think I'm using that right now. I think.
I did not see a banner for this.
I thought someone posted a banner for this, but I easily could be wrong on that.
You are high.
I'm not baking yet.
You're his father.
That is true. I should do more weed. Anyway.
Okay then.
But yeah, afraid. Yeah, no. Alright. No, good stuff. And yeah, no, that pretty much covers a lot of our base on KWC and KWCE front. Like I said, we will revisit match 75 next time. So that way I could actually get my brain out of a jar and like read it with my eyeballs. That imagery made no sense, but I don't care. Holy moly. Now, because we've been out for, my goodness, so long, holy moly. I guess, like, I think one big thing is Gray Shot. Do you have any, well, let's see. Gray Shot, do you have anything to say and or add with KWC, like, general updates or stuff that's up and coming?
No.
Oh.
Nothing as of right now. I mean, we have the, everyone, we're coming up to the end of the year, so get excited. We've got, well, the survey, as well as, you know, the awards coming up. But at least in regard to, like, new announcements, new monsters, anything of that nature, there's nothing on the docket as of right now. Unless I'm completely wrong. I hear snickering in the background, and I would not be surprised if I was wrong.
No, like there's new monsters that are going to be added, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
Not this year, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, next year, maybe.
Next year, in time.
Well, I mean, is it too much of a spoiler to say that Monsters Mechagodzilla will be added at some point next year?
I don't think that. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
I mean, that's, yeah, Monster vs. Mechagodzilla, that one
But
has...
no one is, like, surprised that he's getting added.
Yeah, not in the least. My God.
That's not a secret edition.
He has a bio in TK already. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'd say that's just obvious, though.
Yeah, and like I said, next year, not this year. There's nothing else really to talk about this year.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about it when it comes along, but like as far as
there's nothing major. I mean, aside from 350 coming up soon, but
oh yeah, look forward to that. That's all I have to say.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing to really like talk about. I'm looking at the Excel right now for any announcements, and no.
Yeah.
Everyone already knows what's coming up. Like, they know everything.
They know it all.
Well, they don't know one thing, but, like, that's just an event month.
Shh. What? Anyway.
I don't know, Kaiju X, was there something you wanted to tell everyone?
The next monster is... Anyway.
No, you can't tell them about Skeleturtle.
No! GVR! You dare spoil that edition? We were gonna change the upscaling rule so small monsters could get in too. Damn it!
Well, no, Kaiju X, I've tricked you and the audience to thinking that Skeleturtle's coming in next, when actually it's Giant Condor.
Gosh darn it, no! GVR! You duped me!
Yeah, no, there's no real announcements. We're still waiting on Great Yokai War for Bushin / Daimajin.
Yeah, we have to see how that turns out.
/ Scaredy Cat.
Spoilers. Anyway, no!
It's on the main page. It's on TK.
I still can't believe you guys voted Giant Condor over Giant Eagle. How could you do this?
No one cares about Giant Eagle.
I do!
Giant Eagle exists only in stock footage.
Yes! That's why I care!
And yes, I know that can describe King Ghidorah in half of Godzilla vs. Gigan, but that doesn't count.
That's good.
KWC Battle, or
Oh,
Yeah, we
sure.
can definitely do a KWC battle.
Yeah, we can do
since
it.
we got like 30 minutes short of 2 hours and nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I think we covered all our bases that are needed, and
I know anyone seen any good movies recently?
right.
I did. Well, if you want a good kaiju book or like monster book, I recommend Devolution. And no, not the politicized whatever. There's actually another book called Devolution, but it's like some anti-feminist book. The one I'm speaking of is the one by Max Brooks, the guy behind World War Z, and it's damn good.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the full title is Devolution, a first-hand account of the Rainier Sasquatch Massacre.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just great. I cannot stress it enough. It's just so good.
All right. KWCC, sponsored by Devolution. Anyway.
The Bigfoot, the Sasquatch book, not the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
As much as Kaiju want it to be.
I started.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch Halloween Kills tomorrow. That's about it on my end.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Well, here, I'll pull up a random number generator,
All right,
and
cool.
let's see. We'll go from all the newest matches, so 348. And for those that don't know, we compare 3 KWCs against each other based on 3 criteria. We go off their quality in regards to the match, we go off the banner, and then we pit all the fighters against one another for each banner or each match to see who would come out on top.
Don't
And
we do
for-
banner first?
Whatever.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. But for the first one, we have 327.
Oh, a recent one.
Gyra versus King Kong.
Oh, a recent one.
Oh god, this one's gonna have a special case when it comes to the fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see what we get out of it first.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Next up, in regards to which one we have match 296.
Wait, 296. That one sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Oh boy, this ought to be good.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like, I don't think you need to post like the links in the chat. I think there's only like 4 people here.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're good. We're good.
We got it. Okay, so if we've got those 2 chosen, now all we need is the final choice, and it will be match 223.
That one also sounds familiar. Oh,
King Kong versus Goron versus Godzillasaurus.
so we got a bunch of monkeys going around in this one.
Of course you'd call him that, Kaiju X. Of course you could.
This one's gonna be really easy. All right.
Do we want to redo it? Because this is kind of a landslide.
It's a landslide with all 3 accounts. Like, let's do this real quick. 296, best banner.
Okay, yeah, let's be real quick with it. Maybe we could do a round 2.
Well, no, I was just gonna like say my opinions real quick. I doubt anyone was gonna really disagree.
Okay, you know what? Fair. Go ahead. Let's see if we agree.
I mean, the best banner. It's 296. 327 is real close with the Matango Kong. But 296 looks really good, which is how it's set up and everything. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
I could see that. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually kind of leaning to 327 actually, just because of the Matango Kong and a lot of the forestry infestation. Don't get me wrong. 296 looks wonderful. I don't know. It's just the use. It's just the figures of Gamma and Curie used, or just the models used respectively, just feel just a smidge off, even though they're like well incorporated in a way.
Yeah, 327 has the best banner,
Okay.
but 296 stomps both other rounds.
Yeah, in terms of match quality, and then in terms of like friggin' the fight. Yeah, no, 290.
Yeah, no one better come in and be like, "Oh, Kiryu sucks. Kong would beat him." No, Kiryu does not suck. I'm tired of saying Kiryu sucks and would be beaten by anyone.
Friggin' no, Kira and Gamma got this. Even with the Matango fight, like Matango fight Kong would have won.
Gamma literally shoots fireballs.
Right. Well, no. Here's what I was going to say. Matango Kong could have taken this by the reins had the third match been another tooth and claw set of monsters. right?
Yeah.
Like, because you could just throw that Kong, let them all eat them, and turn them all to Matangos and win. Like, that's not much competition. But for, Gamera and Kiryu, they're going to just wipe that floor, like, no issue. So, like, nothing here's a threat.
All their foes are tooth and claw show monsters.
Yeah.
The only hope is the Matango somehow, like them shoving it down Gamera's throat. But even then,
But
I think
Kiryu's a
Kiryu!
robot.
Yeah, we still got Kiryu to deal with.
Yeah, I know. I said the only hope. I'm not saying it was like a good hope.
Yeah. So, there's that. There is very much that.
Their opponents are just tooth and claw show monsters.
And a Godzillasaurus.
He's worse.
So, I guess we could, because I don't think anyone's going to argue with writing quality and the monster match thing. I think that's just going to go straight to 296 as the overall winner.
Well, if we put this on the FM, someone's going to go, Kiryu is terrible.
I'll shove my boot up their ass. Anyway. But really the only one we could debate is Banner. So, I'm a 327 guy, personally.
Yeah. But yeah, the 2 out of 3 goes to Kiryu versus Gamera.
Right? No one's going to question that.
No.
Okay. Great shot, roll up a better set of matches.
All right, let's go with another 3. Wheel of Fortune, tell me now, which 3 will we do battle with?
All right, round 2. Here we go. Wait, what 128?
128.
Okay, wait, which one was that? Oh my gosh! Oh, this should be interesting.
Okay, match 128 is... Oh god, it's the Grand King Ghidorah match. Okay. Grand King Ghidorah versus every alien monster. And next up we have... match 274.
Oh boy.
Godzilla versus Orochi.
Ooh. Alright.
Alright, so I think in this situation, we might have a better fight on our hands. At least.
Oh, definitely. Ooh.
Alright, last one. What will it be? It's 344.
Oh my god!
Ghidorah Legendary versus Muto Queen.
Oh
Alright.
boy, we have a really good one on our hands. Oh boy. Oh.
You know it's a good match when the maniacal laughter of Kaiju X is that strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is gonna be really interesting. Okay. Oh, alright, so, best banner, Gray Shot, go.
I think this is quite easy. I think this is an easy take by 344. I don't think, I don't know who did the original banner, but it's kind of simplistic for match 128. It has all the monsters together, and they're all like color corrected and whatnot, I think pretty well. It's just kind of bug standard, almost kind of. I don't know. It doesn't really catch my eye in any way, shape, or form. Andrew, you did a good job with
274.
With 274, but I don't know. The fire effects I don't think look so great for Orochi. The lighting, they're just a few things I'm like.
I'm with you.
You could do some other stuff with it. I don't know. And then the last thing is 344, which again has I think to go to knocks it out of the park here. It's got the beautiful snow effects. It really looks like this is a fight of like about to like you took it like right before the fight was about to go down. It looks beautiful. So yeah, I would highly or easily go with 344.
All right. GVR, which one do you think has best banner?
Also 344. Yeah, look, the atmosphere with the blizzard, but unlike other matches with blizzards, it doesn't totally hide the other combatants. Yeah, the only real issue I have with this banner is just like the way King Ghidorah's model looks, particularly around the wings.
Which, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's nothing that Nagota could have done, but just like, yeah, I don't like how the bones of the wings are sort of like jutting out. Yeah, 128's banner, it's okay. Nothing really going on. 274's banner, I don't really care much for it.
Mhm.
I don't like.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. I definitely see its weaknesses. I'm like, son of a gun, I could have done this a lot better.
Like, yeah, Orochi looks weird.
Yeah.
The fire effects don't look super good.
Oh, no,
and
not
like
at all. Ugh.
I'm only just now realizing that that's supposed to be like ice
Yeah.
that they're breaking out of.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't look like that. It just looks like a very badly done splash effect.
Yeah. I like it on Orochi more than Godzilla, but yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was. I could have handled it. Like, I could see a different version of this in my head, and that just looks so much better. I'm like, shit.
Well, too bad, because Nagota made the banner for Orochi vs. Godzilla Round 2.
Good. And it's glorious. And plus, there was also a trick I hadn't known at the time that I made that, so I assume, GVR, you went with 344?
Yeah, you said that.
Okay. Joe, which one's your best pick for banner?
He is muted right now. I think he left.
Oh, no,
no,
he's
he has
typing.
not left.
He is typing.
Oh, he can't talk right now.
Well, alright, can you type out? So I can verify what you have voted for. You don't even need to give a reason, just which one you like most. 128, 274, or 344. Anyway. Alright, Joe is typing. He's typing! Because I think the fight for this one's going to be, I think, particularly exciting. I think this one's going to be really interesting. Oh, rip. This is why we post the links, GVR. Oh.
Well, it sounds like even if he did have the links, it wouldn't matter.
Whatever. But yeah, for you, alright. Yeah, okay, we won't worry about Joe. We'll let him listen in. It'll just be a debate between the three of us, pretty much. Yeah, no, this is going to be a landslide win on the banner front.
Yeah.
Giving that the 344 just because it looks the best. I have too many problems with 274 to give it the vote. I easily could have handled that one a million times better, especially with the concept of like glowing water and whatnot. Oh my gosh, it was one of those dumb days where I was being too literal. So it was like, because the location of the image is where that water is, but I should have thought of, hey, just use splash effects and apply the effect rather than actually using the location. It's like, Kaiju X, use your brain. So that's...
No.
And yeah, no, just all around kind of a lackluster banner, just in general. It's like, I wish I could have done this a lot better looking back at it now. And then 128's just sort of... I think it's fine. It's just sort of standard. It's like, you got a mountain range in the back to make up for Planet X. You got Jupiter in the back. It's a little, grungy, though. Sort of just like... it feels like JPEG'd, if that makes sense.
It really, when you zoom in on Grand King Ghidorah, it really looks bad.
Yeah, it looks like pixelated. Even the other monsters, I think, are more pixelated in a weird way that I can't get. Like, even if it is a fine composite shot, it's still just kind of... The pixelation of this one always took me out of it. So I have to give the 344 just by being a very natural, wonderfully crafted banner. But here's where I think things... Well, okay, I think this one's also going to be somewhat of a landslide, too. Like I said, the most exciting part is going to be the debate to the winner. I think that's going to be the most exciting portion for this particular setup. But round 2, match quality. Gray shot. I think we know where this is going.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
this might actually, okay, so, this is not gonna go to 274. I actually remember reading this, and I remember I had to go back and edit this one. I thought Harley did a good job, but I had to go back and, like, edit some parts. I don't think this was one of her strongest showings.
No.
In regards to 344, this is a in regards to overall story, this was a very good one. I just don't, it's not as memorable. I would say it's a good stop point. I actually have to give a slight edge to 128 because it's mainly because as much as this match might not seem that memorable, it actually, for me, I remember a lot of good parts of it. I remember Monster X getting the kiss of death and a gravity bolt being torn through him. I remember Orgalon X, which was really like one of the first times Orga had like a hybrid, a unique hybrid almost, kind of infusion. Yes, Orgalon X still lost to Grand King Ghidorah, but it was still a unique up until that point.
Yeah.
And then, what else? I would probably say that the also the discussion with the aliens, like backstabbing each other and kind of like, you know, their reactions as well is very memorable. So, or at least I don't remember what was said, but I do remember the situation that occurs. So, overall, I would say that I would give 128 the slight edge because even though I don't think the quality of the writing is there, I think that the memorability of the match itself is more so than the other two, and that's really what sways me.
All right, that's interesting. All right. GVR, which one do you think has best quality, like writing quality?
Not 274.
Rip.
It's just like goes by way too quickly.
For
even Harley herself,
right?
Even Harley herself has admitted she does not like this match.
Yeah. So it's a missed opportunity on both banner and match front.
Yeah. Between 344 and 128. 128 has highlights, but also I remember just the fact that it's like it has a lot of flaws too, of just like, oh, here's keep bashing Monster X lol. Well, 344, well, it is a very short match. It doesn't have like a glaring flaw like that. And 344 is written much more like professionally, as opposed to 128, which has lines like "the King of Terror was pissed" or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
KWCC Eco, I still need to think.
Yeah, all right. We'll cycle back to you. For me, I'm going to go with 344 because I wrote it. No, like, the professionalism is definitely an element when it comes to the quality of the match. And I had my beef with 128 when we read it. I like some of its ideas, and the stuff that mostly came to me were Grand King Ghidorah freeing himself by mind controlling the Exilians, which I thought was kind of neat. But because it wasn't really, like, narratively important, it was just sort of a setup thing. It, doesn't stick out as well as it should.
That's not what happened.
Or something like
Grand Ghidorah just breaks out.
Yeah, he breaks from his own will. Like, he just is
just from his own will? I thought he did mind control on the Exilians,
No, he just breaks out.
Yeah, he's under the influence, and then he's just like, it's kind of like a moment of rage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, so I made up something that could have been interesting that wasn't even there. Gosh
Yes.
darn it. Gosh darn it. Okay. Maybe I read that wrong. But the only point I remember actually being engaged with this match was Orgalon X. That part of the match was great because it felt like the stakes felt right in that, because it's like everything before is like the Final War situation where it's just these monsters are here to die, and that's it. That's why I kind of like the Orgalon X component, because it's like, hey, it could have went even if it was going to go to Grand King Ghidorah from the outset, it at least could have gone either way with Orgalon X. That's the only thing. That's really the only thing 128 has in its favor. Otherwise, I just kind of find it lackluster for me, and I'm just gonna have to say, and I can't give it the 274 because that one just does not take advantage of the elements that it has. Sure, I know some of it's not Harley's fault. Like, I think this was written like 2017-ish, so that was well before we got the TK overhaul with the crazy stuff Orgy can actually do. So yeah, so it's like I can't give it to that one, unfortunately. 274 as a whole is one big missed opportunity. Maybe it can make the pool for the big fight, but yeah, no, writing wise, I have to give it to 344. I just, like, even though it is a short, simple match that isn't overly, I guess, like, ambitious or whatever, it still does everything. To me, it does, compared to what we have, it does everything very solidly. So it doesn't do more than it should, but it also, like, it keeps it engaging till the end when it, and it also, like, reaches a nice, like, logical stop into it as opposed to doing a subversion or what have you. Though I guess, 128 is also sort of similar in that regard. But 344 for me in terms of match quality, not just because I wrote it.
Okay, biased person.
But yeah, GVR, have you come to a conclusion?
Yeah, because, okay, Greyshot mentioned, like, 128 is memorable, and I agree with that. However, the only thing that's memorable about it that I like is Orgalon X.
Yeah.
Because he mentioned the Kiss of Death by Monster X, and, like, in most other matches, I probably would be like, yeah, that was cool. But it's just the way it's worded and the fact that right after it is, this is because Monster X sucks. Mm-hmm. And because of the other matches written by the author, I can't like that scene. I hate that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would be a cool scene if it was not tainted by context.
Yeah.
So, like, 344 for not having anything that I hate.
By virtue of that.
Like, yeah, Orgalon X is cooler than anything that's in 344, but it's balanced out by lol, I'm gonna bash Monster X for the 50th time, lol.
Yeah. And then simultaneously just curb stomp everyone else too while he's at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying that the match doesn't have its faults. And again, 344 is better written, like 100%. I'm going on the fact of, I would say, impact on the KWC and legacy. I will remember 128. I'm uncertain if I remember 344. If that makes any sense.
For the moment, yeah. We'll see how
344 is just like a transitionary match between like 275 and like the next thing in Kaiju series.
Yeah. So,
like, no, I fully get Greyshot's feelings on it.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get it.
It's just on matters of personal opinion. I don't like 128 for those reasons.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I also don't like it because it has Gigan get decapitated again. I'm tired of it.
Well, what I will also stress is that for this match in particular, the best case is like, it's like comparing, it's like trying to think of a good, give me a good transitionary story, because I have the other example prepped in my head.
Hang on a second. We can just go to the continuity registry for that.
I guess it's like comparing one of my transitionary matches, like between like 275 and 211, I guess is the best way to describe it, right? So I guess it's like comparing one of those, like it's a good match, but it's transitionary, and then compared to Venom, or like I'm trying to think of like movie sense, right? Like it's like I don't know. I there's no good example. I can't think of a good transition movie that's like I guess I can't think of anything right now. But it's like, think of like Thor 2 or maybe Thor Ragnarok, right? Thor Ragnarok perfect. Thor Ragnarok leads into Infinity War, right? Thor Ragnarok is still a very, 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 very good movie. But oh no, that's a bad example because it is very memorable. Crap. I'm trying to compare it to Venom
because it's better than Venom.
Yeah, I'm just trying to compare it to Venom, which is a movie that on paper should not work, but somehow it does. You know?
Great shot. I haven't watched Venom, and most of the people on the server hate it.
Venom I found to be like dumb, if that makes. Venom is just like a dumb movie that somehow works. I don't know. It's weird. That's how I feel about this movie. It's dumber than the other movies, but I remember the dumbness.
Well, but here's my counter argument. I would much rather watch a short film that is solid than a full-length movie that has a lot of dumb things in it.
Yeah.
Because the short film does not waste my time.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Even if that dumb film has something cool in it, I had to sit through a bunch of dumb shit to get to it.
Okay, that's a fair way to look at it, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like Halloween 6 Curse of Michael Myers. It has cool kills, but the rest of the movie is awful.
Yeah.
Again,
I don't want to watch the movie just for the cool kills.
I wish to stress, nothing you are saying is wrong. I 100% agree with everything you're saying. It's more so a it's mostly just a situation of just remember it.
Yeah, no.
Well, but here's the thing. What's better? Something that's memorable for wrong reasons, or something you don't remember.
That is a dilemma, isn't it?
Because I can remember Atlantic Rim Resurrection.
But not for the right reasons.
Yeah. I remember plenty of stuff in Alien Resurrection. That movie is still a train wreck.
Yeah.
I would much rather watch like an Alien fan film that's like 15 minutes long.
GVR, the director of Alien Resurrection's a French dude. It all comes full circle. Anyway.
Yeah, like Alien Resurrection has cool scenes. Too bad it also has very dumb scenes, like the basketball scene. And everything with the newborn.
Even though the newborn design's actually kind of cool, I kind of like the way it looks. Just
It's too bad the scenes around it are some of the most fever dream, baffling bullshit I've ever seen in a movie.
It's up there. It's up there.
Grayson, have you watched Alien Resurrection?
Yes, I have. It's it has some good moments, but it's mostly because it doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's better than Alien 3, but that's not saying much.
I liked Alien 3, but maybe that's just because I saw like the assembly cut.
Yeah, I have no comments. It's Alien Resurrection. I just remember because it's like it didn't take itself too seriously, and there are some good moments, like the aliens figuring out how to get out of the cage by killing the small one.
Yeah, that's a good scene. Too bad it's shot like a seizure.
Yeah, again, no arguments there, and I completely agree with you. It's just if I had to choose which one to watch, the good bad movie or the bad good movie, I it's hard to choose between which one I would pick.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I get where you're coming from, because I would rather watch Resurrection 100 times in a row than ever watch The Predator again.
Fair.
Yes. I would rather watch like what is considered what was considered one of the worst movies, like Predator 2. Or in this case, it's like it very much is a case of Predators versus The Predator, where yes, The Predator doesn't do anything new. It's kind of bland and whatnot. But the Predator is a situation of, oh god.
Yeah.
Predators is at least dumb fun. The Predator is just pain.
The
Massive.
Predator is just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Can we finally transition to the big fight? Which
Yeah, I was about to say, like, 344's
Oh, yeah.
won both the first 2 rounds.
So while overall winner's probably going to go to 344 by that merit, I am actually like genuinely engaged by which team would win this because I actually have no idea.
I would say in this situation that the obviously 128 has the numbers advantage, and I think the highest tier power levels would probably get Godzilla and Orochi,
Yeah.
and then it's really King Ghidorah and Muto Queen that kind of have to just kind of. I think they're the team that you can kind of throw out the middle. It's really just kind of quantity versus quality. Not to say Grand King Ghidorah is bad, but who would win this onslaught like against all of these monsters, and we actually treat them like actual monsters. It's really it's just down to the. I guess it's really just down to how tough do you want to consider Orochi? Is Orochi god level, or is he just
Right.
what we consider with the movie is, which is, he
Well,
hits it with some lasers and dies.
Let me
Right,
let me
that's
make
the
a
thing.
correction.
Are we considering this as Orochi before we got the overhaul and learned how strong he and Utsuno were, or is this Orochi post that?
Right. Is this Orochi as he was in the KWC for a long time where he was just fire and lasers? Or is this I can bring the world to its knees Orochi? Like, from technically what's in the movie.
Well,
'Cause-
here's the thing. We're not giving Monster X Kaiser Ghidorah.
Right.
No,
so
we're not.
so I figure it'd be fair to have Orochi be the Orochi that's from this match, which is not the bringer of destroyer worlds or what have you. I imagine.
Yeah.
If it's that case, then I'm definitely leaning toward 128 because monster, on like a tier level, right? I think Grand Ghidorah and Orochi are roughly the same, if not I'd give the edge slightly to Ghidorah because of his light shield, being able to deflect most of, if not the strongest of Orochi's weapons.
Right. Or
And then-
neutralizing them, yeah.
Yeah. So if they're fighting in the air, whatever, wherever, and then you have everyone else, and this is just consideration, like everyone else fighting Godzilla Hesai, who is just going to be he doesn't play with tactics. He just goes after whatever the fuck is closest to him. It's going to be a case of I think Hesai is going to get himself kind of overwhelmed by the amount of combatants. And yes, he is a tough son of a bitch, but pardon my French. But Monster X, Gigan, Cyber Godzilla, Monsterverse, King Ghidorah, Muto Queen. It's just there's too many monsters that can actually do damage to him for him to like start.
I'm gonna disagree hard
Making
with Cyber
fights.
Godzilla doing anything.
Oh, I agree.
Okay,
I'm actually with GBR
no,
on that.
What I mean by that is like actually doing some damage. Like maybe Cyber Godzilla isn't, yes, but like Monster X and Monsterverse King Ghidorah are the two that I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
this-
they can do something, but no one else on Team Aliens can do anything to Heisei Godzilla. Not even Millennium Gigan.
I'd say Millennium Gigan with the blades could probably like slice.
Millennium Gigan will kill himself.
I mean, that is true. I mean, it's
has
even
no
in this
brain.
match, so you can't question it. I would also like to say, Cyber Godzilla and Gigan are out the window because of Muto. Muto's going to kind of screw everyone up just by virtue of that EMP pulse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't like. That also doesn't. I don't think that's gonna help out too much. It's gonna dull the powers, right? But then, like, who is she going after? And even if
That
she
is
goes
true. Who is she going after?
Because like even like I think like even like Megalon I think could probably like whack her a few times. And yeah, it's not that she's gonna die, but I think like Megalon and her would be going at it, and I think Megalon would lose. But I think Megalon would actually be the dumb idiot and soak up enough blows by the time that she realizes, oh, I need to get into this fight. She's gonna be then pick a fight with someone that's bigger than her and die.
Well, but Great Shot, remember, first off, Megalon, without anyone to direct him, was losing to Jet Jaguar in a 1v1. And
Yeah.
Jet Jaguar is not programmed for combat.
Yeah.
And secondly, remember that the weaker female Muto in 2014 could pierce G14 skin.
Yes.
Yeah, I get again. I guess the final thing to consider is Monster vs. Ghidorah.
Oh yeah.
The nullification of him being able to absorb and regenerate and whatnot seems on paper to be a perfect end, like, might be able to out-endure all the other combatants. Until the point of contention is Orga. Because, yeah, he could do that, but, like, I don't think he could, like, kill... I don't think Monster vs. King Ghidorah has the firepower to put down something like Orga or Orochi, like, just pure firepower. I think the other way that he's going to be able to get the victories is by taking out someone and, like, turning them into a husk, you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Orga can't do anything in Monster vs. Godzilla. Like, Orga is incredibly slow.
But he's got plenty of DNA, like, on the battlefield to take.
Other questions?
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, if Heisei Godzilla, like... Godzilla 2000 does not use his beam a lot. Heisei Godzilla, meanwhile, will beam spam Orga into dust.
Yeah, Orga will definitely go after Heisei first, too.
Right. So, it's like, that was the other question I was going to ask. Is Orgalon X going to be involved in this situation, or...
Oh, God.
Like, is that a possibility within this setup? Or is, like, again, is Orga going to go after Godzilla because yummy Godzilla, but nuclear ray Godzilla's just going to whoop his ass until he's, dead?
I think at the end of the day, this is just a fight where there's a lot of powerhouses on one side compared to another, and eventually they're just going to... all the other teams are going to die or get overwhelmed. Not because of, again, quality. Because I think Monsterverse, Orochi, and Heisei are... I think Great King Ghidorah is on par with them, but I think the fact of the matter is there's so many other monsters on the same team that, like, Megalon and Gigan can, like, fight together.
Yeah.
And that's when Megalon was at his best, is when fighting with someone else.
Yes.
And there's also going to be...
Right, and
Grand King Ghidorah spam just as much as Heisei Monster, like, would. So, like, I think that if Monster, like... And he's not going to let him get, like, Monster vs. Ghidorah get close. Like, he's going to fly away. Like,
yeah.
he blasted apart Leo from a distance, too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I think that 128 wins just because of Grand King Ghidorah. Because Orochi is not, like, the god tier of scaling to Utsuno monster, and he's, like, how the KWC depicted him. I think Grand King Ghidorah wins. But I don't really think his team members get him that win. I think it's just because Grand.
I think Monster X could probably... I think Monster X is his next best ally, then Orga, and then so on and so forth, but
Monster X is durable and strong, and his beams are powerful, but just, like...
He doesn't have a killing blow.
Yeah, when you compare him to Heisei Godzilla and Monster vs. Ghidorah, he falls short.
Yeah.
I would consider him like Batra Larva going against Godzilla, right? I don't think Batra Larva could beat Godzilla, but he could tank everything that Godzilla was dishing at him and then give something back.
Yeah.
That's how I feel Monster X would be against Heisei, is he's going to get blasted a ton, but he's still going to be on his feet, and that's going to piss off Godzilla more and more and more. And if Godzilla's pissed, that means Godzilla isn't murdering his allies.
Yeah.
But he is the bait sponge that will take that while everyone else does their thing, right?
Yeah. Against the Muto, he can't do much. Against Orochi, I even think that he could probably take enough punishment to allow allies to do some damage. But he'll get worn down. It's just, it's not going to be fast enough for Grand King Ghidorah can't get some really powerful or devastating hits in.
Yeah. Cyber Godzilla dies instantly.
Right. Cyber Godzilla's I think is the first one to go.
Like, yeah, I watched the Monster Wars trilogy recently. Cyber Godzilla gets dumpstered against Zilla Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. But yeah, no.
Which is like, yeah, without like a red spiral ray, which he won't be able to get because there's no other radioactive monsters here. Except maybe Cyber Godzilla, but I don't think he has enough energy to get to the red spiral ray. I don't think Heisei Godzilla can do anything to Grand.
I could semi-see that, yeah. And again, oh man, yeah, the biggest component is like again, it's just the debate of how strong we're making Orochi for this set, and because it's the Orochi we're using in this match, like in this particular match. This is a tough one. This is actually a really tough one.
Yeah, no, like I said, I vote 128 just because of Grand. Because Orochi and Godzilla cannot do anything to him, and Monster vs. Ghidorah versus Grand, I think the Monstrous would rip Grand apart in melee, but like Grand wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah. Right. It's like if Monsterverse can get close to Grand, I could see Monsterverse like being able to pull the W by like sucking Grand dry, But that's assuming Grand lets that happen,
Well, I don't even mean like the energy draining. I just mean like Monstrous Ghidorah versus Grand would be a very like in melee. Monstrous just has a massive advantage.
Oh yeah. Just in general, even without. Yeah, totally. I'm with you there. Oh man.
Yeah. Monstrous Ghidorah versus Heisei Godzilla is a difficult one for me.
Oh yeah, no, that one's at least to me kind of semi on par with his fight with Legendary, just with Heisei having the additional advantage of the nuclear pulse, so he could at least get himself out of that situation.
Yeah, like Heisei Godzilla is not as fast, but like he has displayed better like physical strength. And he's much more beam spammy, and he has the nuclear pulse.
Right. So it's
like I don't see Monstrous Ghidorah being able to like beat Heisei down unless like he goes for like the energy draining.
Mm-hmm.
Because Heisei Godzilla, I think, is even more durable than Monstrous Godzilla.
I could semi see that, especially with the things.
Heisei Godzilla survived
a meteor, all right,
and the island exploding,
right, and went burning from that because it had plutonium, whatever, uranium.
Yes, Heisei Godzilla is ridiculously durable and he's ridiculously strong. Again, I want to remind you of the part where he shifts a tectonic plate by hitting it with Batra.
That's what he did? Holy moly! Oh gosh!
Yeah, and that's why the ocean floor splits open, because he's hitting it with Batra.
Jeez Louise! I forgot about that. Like
I
remember, I remember him hitting Batra on the ground. It was like, yeah, that's right. The next thing that happens is the ground splitting open.
Yeah, all the characters say like, oh, it's because of the meteor, but like the meteor had hit like a week ago.
It had already hit by that point. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they're not seeing the fight going on where Godzilla is literally slamming Batra into the ocean floor.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I would agree with you guys. Let's go with 128 as the victor, which means 344 is the KWC Battle winner overall with a 2-1 score.
Right. I mean, yeah, friggin', oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that was a debate right there. And again, okay, I want to put this hypothetical question. Let's switch Orochi in terms of post-knowledge, post-overhaul. He has everything at his disposal. Who do you think?
274 wins.
Okay.
Going with everything, I still actually would switch over and say, I actually would probably say maybe still 128. It would be more of a question. I understand, yes, he can still do all these insane things. I'm just going off of what I see in the movie. I understand, but, it's like,
Well, great shot. Here's the thing. In the movie, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But, like, going off of the post-information, all that, we know that Orochi was going to punch a hole through Utsuno.
Punch a hole through with what?
Hit like all of his beams fired at once.
Yeah.
Yes. The instant. Yes.
And like that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And like, there's nothing in the movie that suggests like he couldn't have done that.
Right.
Just that attack does not land.
Right. Even though it's supposed to have a 99.9% chance.
Because he doesn't use it.
Right. He just doesn't use it. And keep in mind that, like, okay, if we're just observing off the movie, I could totally understand. But then it's like the technical properties of, like, Utsuno's barrier is made of space-time. And then Orochi's flamethrowers just break that shit. Oh, man.
Wait. Orochi's barrier is made of space-time?
No, Kusagami.
Okay.
Yeah, Utsuno makes the barrier, and like it's made out of like him warping space-time, and then Orochi's fires break it.
Yeah.
That I get. Yeah. What I will say is it really I feel like 99.9% kill rate is kind of meh, because that means he shot it at 1,000 humans and 1 human lives, right? He shoots it at like you know what I mean? Like he shoots it at 20 billion bacteria and the bacteria lives with a 99.9%.
Well, no,
rate.
it's not 99.99 kill rate. It's 99.99% chance to hit.
Oh, okay.
Chance to
okay.
hit, yeah. Not a kill rate thing, it's a chance to hit thing.
And yeah, no, I'm not talking about like the
Orochi
chance.
used Swift.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like the chance to hit. I'm talking about like the fact that in like the original draft and like the original idea, that was gonna punch a hole through Tsuno's chest.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, here, guys, I think this is a good point to end it.
Yes, I fully agree. And it was wonderful to have the KWCC back in action. My goodness, and you know what? Hope to do more in the future, like with tomorrow's match as of this recording, and all that fun stuff. So, holy, that was a debate right there. That was more like it. I completely forgot we did a round 1 this session. Oh, man.
Well, because, yeah, there was nothing to it. It was just Gamera and Kiryu murder everyone.
Yeah.
296 demolishes the other two in terms of quality.
Right, in terms of quality and it's monsters, so it's like, yeah, there was that. So, but yeah, no, with that said, we will see you guys next time for the next KWCC. Till then, folks.
See ya.